Emanuel Shahaf, hello and thank you for joining us here at Content on Now TV.
Hello, good to be here.
If you could share, as part of your new coming published book, Identity, the main solution that you are seeing here and now at the midst of 2019, how this conflict can be practically and easily solved.
I'm not sure about easily, but practically yes.
Okay.
I think the only way to go ahead and resolve the issues that are at hand are making this into a federation, a federal approach between the Jordan River and the Mediterranean, not including the Gaza Strip for demographic reasons. Make the whole country into a federation, 30 cantons, 20 Jewish majority, 10 Palestinian majority, equal rights, citizenship, constitution, and run it as a federal nation.
Federal nation as the United States or India?
Yes, the very same way. It still will be a Jewish state by virtue of the fact that the majority will be Jews, and that the flag and the hymn and the symbols will be that of the state of Israel. It will be the state of the Jewish people, but it will be basically a nation of Israelis.
And while you are seeing, and you've met as a former partner in the Israeli Prime Minister forces, if you had a few seconds, a few minutes to sit and have a chat with the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, how can you engage him? And you're giving him the book, and you have a few minutes of conversation to plug him into this idea. How would you persuade him?
I think at this stage it may actually be a lot easier to persuade him than any other stage before, because he's in trouble, and this is one way he can make history, because to come up with a federation as a proposal to resolve the conflict, it will give him the legitimacy, international legitimacy that he definitely needs. Will make it possible to connect the gaps between right and left in Israeli politics, and he could definitely get a lot of support for this. And it's one thing to consider. I don't know.
It's a question of bravery, but you're saying that from the political aspect, this is a mature time that he might look for different solutions because of his political situation.
The time may be right, because definitely one of the things the right is short of is actual solutions. They're talking about annexation and this and that, but they don't have a cogent plan. And a federation would be a real plan that the right could go for. The left could would have a lot of difficulty to object to it, and so would be the international community, and the Palestinians would also go for this. The problem is that Netanyahu is not considered to be a trustworthy partner to anything, and that puts a little pall over this whole thing. And I'm not sure that he is the right man to come forward with this.
So maybe
so we'll have to wait till maybe Benny Gantz will come up with this. But we have to work on it to put it into the public eye so the politicians can deal with it.
And in our coming conversations, we'll be more than happy to talk about perhaps a meeting between the book and you and the Americans and Donald Trump and their perspective, because right now there is the Bahrain conference. They're starting to do the mega deal and trying to do that with the financial aspect, but you're proposing a different approach that I'm not sure that they have evaluated and considered it deep enough to put it on the table yet.
I don't know. I hope that the Americans are aware of it. I proposed it to the State Department when I was in the United States in 2016. Actually, it was already in 2017 with the Trump administration already. So they're aware of it. I've met with the U.S. Embassy here. I don't know whether they'll incorporate. I've heard rumors that the federation has come up, but we really don't know. It's not something impossible. I mean,
they are living in the States.
The man is crazy enough to put something which is out of the box, and the federation is out of the box. it's so out of the box that it's not being discussed in Israel in the political among politicians, sadly enough, even though we should discuss all the alternatives, and this is definitely the good one.
People that want to discuss this alternative, this approach, to learn a bit more, to be part of the lectures that you are giving in Israel, but also around the world, and also engaging to the new book, the social media, Facebook, telephone, websites, the address would be?
It would be www.federation.org.il or Federation Movement on Facebook.
Emanuel Shahaf, I want to thank you very, very much for having you with us with this unique and open-minded, out-of-the-box solution. Thank you so much for joining Content on Our TV.
Thank you very much, too.
Thank you.